as though you stood in a pit of snakes. But you feel no heat, your skin does not blister, and your clothing does not ignite. Stand in the middle of the fire like some kind of demon and feel no ill effects at all. Here you can see the hearth extends backwards, much further than you might expect. Is it a tunnel? Or do you stand inside a trap, its jaws about to spring shut? Well, clearly it goes to some kind of crypt, I guess. Let's go in. The walls are made of solid slabs of stone. There is nothing here, no treasure, no secret doors. Far wall, there is a strange set of markings, a series of long grooves and scratches radiating outward from a small hole. Feel the grooves. Carved lightly and roughly, with a dagger point rather than a chisel. Perhaps the small hole in the center is much more clearly formed? Examine the small hole. You cannot find the bottom of it. It seems polished and smooth. Looks like a bolt hole. You might expect the stonework of a fortress doorway, except for its position in the middle of a blank wall. A keyhole? Well, we have a cane we found. Let's shove that in there. I mean, that's the only thing we've been able to take from this house. The stones begin to move. Passageway is open to your left. Enter the passage. To go inside to find out what you have discovered. A secret room. In their opening, you find yourself in a slightly wider space. The walls are cool stone and there are no windows. But the room is not dark. In one corner an idol stands on a small shrine, lit by 2 candles which burn with thin cold flames. This place reeks of death and decay. The shrine is covered in thin blood-soaked strips of cloth. Look at the cloth. Bandages are each an arm span long and as deep as your thumb. Each is bloodied in 2 places, spaced a few fingers' widths apart. There are 30 or 40 such bandages here, running down from the shrine like streamers. Someone was injured for a long time. Search the bandages. The badge of a noble of Kar. Let's take it. Solid silver and probably valuable to its owner, should you encounter them. You place it carefully in your pack. Glance behind you, suddenly terrified the secret door might swing shut. Leave you trapped in this place. Let's look at the shrine. The shrine is poor and cheap, unlike everything else in this house. It seems to have been hastily built out of uneven stones and a plank of wood. A small statue of a fat god sits on it, has been molded from humble clay. Starting to get the jitters down here. Let's look at the god. Some local deity. At the base of the statue is the name Kurga. Above his head is the plaque with a short inscription on his face are painted 4 red dots. Read the inscription. And of a child, you have the squint to read it. Give me back my eyes. Look at the dots. Dots who have been daubed with a fingertip are perhaps directions on how to worship the god, but there is no indication of what they do or what order or places. Only the places. Both eyes. There is no indication of what to do or in what order. Only the places. Both eyes, the 3rd eye on his forehead and in his mouth. There is nothing more in this terrible place. You slip back out of the room and step out of the fireplace into the hallway. I have one more chance to shove my hand down the coal scuttle. Compared to the little room you just left, the dark, empty hallway seems welcoming and friendly. It's not so much that you plan to linger. There does not seem to be anything more here to be discovered. But I did get some clues. Lord Theta was once the 7th noble of Kar and is now a blind beggar. The ritual of Kurga involves his 3 eyes, the left eye, the right eye, and the 3rd eye in his forehead. The house is home now only to ghosts. You hurry back out of the door into the sunshine of the front garden. Well, let's look at the fountain before we go. Yay, I healed up. That's good. I can't go out the back way, I guess because I already looked there, so let's go out the front door. Into the main street. Horse whinnies and shakes its mane. Talk to it with the correct spell. How can I talk to an animal? Maybe that? It's not intelligent. Ah, this. I don't have a green-haired wig, so I can't do that. Talk to the horse? It's just a horse. Let's take it. Try to stop it. Let's wait for it to calm down. Aw, I could not break the horse. And now I'm up there? I didn't really want to go up here. There's a talking fish, but I don't wanna go up there. I was going to Dwarf Town. Freaking horse. Let's talk to the horse. What kind of spells can I cast on this freaking horse? Law is not an option. Can't cast that. I could burn the horse for some reason. Yes, that would probably tell me about danger. Depression? Why would I want to depress the horse? No, I can only hot. Can only yap. Okay, there's only those 4 spells available. Well, I can't talk to the horse. And I can't take the horse, or it'll teleport me up to Mansion Row. Well, let's leave the horse. It's probably magical. Look left. Yeah, why would I go that way? That's a good way to wind up back here, especially since I escaped from prison. Also, we're looking for a blind beggar. We have his badge of the 7th noble. I don't know how many nobles there are. There are at least 7, and I only know about one of them because of this house. And this is important for something up here. Those flags move? Boop, 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 boop. I wonder why. There we go. Whoa. Why did it teleport down here? As you press up the road, you notice the huts on either side are getting smaller. The roadway is now bustling with dwarves and other small fellows. Seems from the contemptuous looks you were receiving that the inhabitants of this sub-hamlet are not kindly disposed to human-sized outsiders. Walk on my knees? Sounds painful. Let's keep going. I want to go to the store, but I want to look at the crowd too. The store is more important, but I think the crowd will disperse. Push your way through the small crowd. In the center, you see 2 tiny creatures grappling fiercely. One is a pixie, and the other is a sprite. Others are quite fascinating, some cheering on the pixie and others rooting for the sprite. You'd have just caught the end of the fight. The sprite looks almost exhausted. Place a bet. There isn't time. Sprite goes for the pixie with a tiny arm lock. Pixie ducks, spins around with a flying high kick and knocks the sprite reeling backwards across the dirt. Hop, skip, and a jump, the pixie is sitting on the sprite's chest with 2 fingers up its nostrils. Do you yield? It squeaks. The creature makes a yelping noise. Presumably yes. The crowd cheers and the debts are settled up. Eventually the crowd disperses. Interesting. What happens if I help the sprite? Okay, I can't do anything. It's just, there's a fight. Maybe if I was faster in getting here. Squeeze through the doorway of the dwarf store. The proprietor is a stocky type of advanced years who peers at you through a pair of bottle glass spectacles, balanced on a long, gnarly nose. You're not a dwarf, he observes with uncanny accuracy as you enter. I want to look around. Versus, then look away, if you got enough room to turn that big empty head of yours. Ooh, a beeswax. A vial of dust. A vial of dust. That's important for something. Yes. Rock. Gauntlets? Chainmail is hard to make, but leather is harder to come by. What should I buy? Let's buy the leather. You're skillful and proficient in your sword arm. Is the sensation an illusion? You cannot be sure. Sure. Oh. Sand. Oh. Mud. Well, that's useful too. Provisions, please. Squeaky cheese. 3 gold.